buy now, sell now, and let's shift focus to some of the earnings then. And BLS International is the company that we're going to be talking about. This time, the company reported a good set of numbers where the company's profit has grown by 131% on a YOY basis at 71 crores, while the margins have seen an improvement from just 11.5% to 20.8% this time around, and a significant improvement on a quarter-on-quarter basis as well. And specifically, when we look at some of their segments like visa and consular services as well as digital services, they have done very well. So let's understand from the management itself that going ahead, what is the outlook on the business? We have been joined by Shikhar Aggarwal, Joint Managing Director at BLS International Services. Hi, very good morning, Shikhar. Firstly, your visa and consular business drove the revenues, and so can we pencil in the double-digit revenue growth for the next coming quarters as well? What's the outlook on this?
See, if you compare the growth that we've achieved in the last, from in this quarter compared to similar quarter last year, we've already done a 40% growth. So definitely, our objective is whatever numbers that we have achieved to remain, maintain the momentum. So definitely, our objective is to achieve the similar growth in the coming year.
Good morning, Shikhar. This is Cheryl also joining in the conversation. And let's talk about your operational performance. If you could share what's the outlook that you are penciling in for your operational performance. Also, let me add to that, have the cost optimizations as well as value-added services help offset the rise in employee costs? And also, if you could give us, shed some light on what's your outlook on the margins going ahead.
See, definitely, if you see our, in the last, in this quarter and over the last few years, we have been trying to increase our conversion from value-added services, and definitely we've got also increase in service charges. So definitely there's an improvement in margin because of increase in service charges and better conversion and increase in price of value-added services. And we expect the EBITDA margins that whatever we have achieved in this quarter, which is a drastic improvement from similar quarters, in the last couple of years, to maintain, and we will try definitely to maintain that numbers.
Shikhar, but coming back to your visa segment revenue, because this time the top line has grown by 26% on a YY basis for this particular segment. So just wanted to understand that could we see this as a temporary jump due to the summer season, holidays, or you see this trend continuing?
See, definitely whatever numbers that we've achieved, obviously this is a seasonal business. Some quarters, tourists are traveling, but post-COVID, there has been a big change in the consumer pattern, and, people are traveling now almost, every month, and there is no defined holiday season now, in terms of travel. So definitely, we expect whatever growth in numbers of revenue we have achieved in the visa consular business to maintain, and further, if you look at the contracts that we have recently won and added, with the Italian government, we have won 5 new contracts. We are already working for the Italian government in Singapore, and suddenly in the last 1.5 years, we have added new contracts in Kazakhstan, Senegal, different other countries that we already rolled out. We also won contracts with the Polish government, German government. We've already rolled out. Spain again, we have won our retender. There was a retender. We have won the contract at a higher service charge at a bigger geography. So, keeping all that aspects in mind, definitely with countries like China opening up already, we expect definitely good growth momentum in the visa consular business.
All right, moving on then, and if you look at coming in, your revenues from digital services business has expanded by in excess of 140% on a year-on-year basis. If you could tell us what exactly helped with such a strong performance?
So if you see the revenue from our digital service business is 83 crores, which is a growth of 140% compared to similar quarter last year. And at EBITDA level, we have grown more than 91% to achieve a EBITDA of around 9 to 10 crores. So I think this has definitely, this has led because of our initiatives, the acquisitions that we have done in the last few years, the initiative that we have taken to increase the revenue from those entities, getting more services on board, starting more citizen-centric services, has definitely led to an increase in revenue. And obviously, also, selling insurances e-commerce, different kind of things has led to an increase in revenue. And we expect, as you know, that, we also, filed the DRHP for our e-services business. We expect the growth momentum to continue and, surpass, this targets.
But Shikhar, earlier you have mentioned that the focus is on cash generation. So just wanted to understand that how much cash you generated in Q1 and how much cash is already lying in the books, and going ahead, where do you plan to utilize this money?
See, if you see this quarter, we have generated around 77 crores of free cash flow. On the books currently, we have around 650 crores of cash. And, we have been utilizing this cash till now for expansions, investing this money in growth of the company and at acquisitions. So we are looking, as we had discussed last time, we are looking closely at different acquisition opportunities. Last year itself, we have announced 160 crores of acquisition that we did. That was the biggest in the history of the company. Now, definitely, we are looking at more acquisition opportunities in the visa counselor space, also in the e-governance space. So that is one use of the money. Second use is obviously a dividend, for the shareholders. And then third is we are looking all the new contracts that are coming in, that we have already won, that we are going to win. We are deploying centers across the globe.
Right. Let's talk about the recent development that's taking place. We've seen a lot of IPOs actually hit the market. In fact, your company also announced an IPO for the subsidiary, that is BLS e-services. If you could tell us what's the rationale for hitting the markets or trying to hit the markets right now? And also if you could tell us the timeline, by when do you expect it to be on the bourses?
So, yes, definitely. So we have filed our DRHP for the subsidiary of the company, which is BLS e-services, that houses all the e-governance and banking correspondent business of the company. Even the acquisition of Zero Mass is housed under that entity. And in that entity itself, we have grown 140% in terms of revenue compared to last quarter, same quarter last year. So definitely, the objective is growth in that entity. The reason for listing that is that there's a fund requirement for expansion for both organic and inorganic growth. We have already become one of the largest banking correspondent in India, we're in with the SBI, and now we are adding more banks. We are trying to work, and we've already got contracts with other banks. So definitely there is a big growth opportunity in banking correspondent and citizen service also. We are looking at, Punjab. We are already working in Punjab, Karnataka, UP, Rajasthan. We are looking at different states. We are looking at increasing our revenue from the existing states, and also we are looking at acquisition in e-governance also. So that's behind listing of BLS e-services, and we do not want to use the profits from visa service, for the e-governance business, and the profits of e-governance for the visa business. So we want to focus on both the entities separately, have a different structure, operational structure, different CEOs that we currently have, and have, growth in both the entities.
Okay, Shikhar, we'll let you go on that. Thank you so much for joining us today on your earnings scorecard, as well as going ahead, wishing you all the best. As per the stock price, that's trading with a gains of 0.4%.